This is That Exciting Dude, and you know what time it is. That's right, it is that time for some stories, lies, and shenanigans. Let me move this mic a little bit so you're definitely going to get a different effect from me. Hopefully that wasn't too itchy and scratchy into the muckies. This is That Exciting Dude. And like I said, stories, lies, and shenanigans. You can follow me through other platforms. This automatically gets uploaded to YouTube. It's a very flat screen, but you can still listen via YouTube at That Exciting Dude. It's been a hot minute, but I do also upload PC gaming. I'm having a struggle of figuring out what games I want to play, because I like a lot of games, but I need to narrow down to what I'm streaming on Twitch to just like a couple games, and then be consistent with those. It's a struggle that I'm having right now, because there's so many games, like I said, and I'm repeating myself, that I like. There's a few games that I like that I can't stream, that just OBS or Streamlabs, or it's my computer, or just the millions and millions of configurations that I've gone through, just it's not working. But we're here to talk about stories, lies, and shenanigans. But first, a word about sports. Alright, in the NFL, it is Games 3 ended last week. I didn't start with the date. It is August 29th. It is approximately 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, let us begin again. Which is, we'll just say, yeah, okay, never mind. I was going to go somewhere and okay, so as I was getting at sports time, NFL just wrapped up preseason number 3. So it's cut week. What does cut week mean? Exactly how it sounds. They need to cut players to get down to the 53-man roster. I could have sworn it used to be 52. I could have sworn. But headlines are saying 53. I don't know if there's some ruling. There's an extra player now that they're adding. Anyhow, they're cutting down to the 53-man roster. So that means some players will obviously get cut and be out of a job. Some players will get cut, maybe join the practice squad. Or some players will get cut and they might go to another team. So that's what that means. The Lions, I know, have cut a lot of people. The list is huge. But it kind of runs into the next topic of sports, of the couple that I have to cover. Are you drinking the Lions Kool-Aid? Are you still on the bandwagon? I know the season hasn't started yet. Even if they lose week 1, are you still on the train with the Lions Kool-Aid that they're going to have a phenomenal year, go to the playoffs? Do you buy it? Do you buy it? I don't know if I'm completely sold on it. I don't even know if I'm completely sold that they'll get the NFC North. They should. They should. But time will tell. Oh, fantasy teams. I have 3 fantasy teams. 2 pay leagues, $10 each, and a free league. 2 of them are teamed up. The last one needs to still get drafted. Hopefully that'll be in the next week. Actually, why I am thinking about it, we're going to quickly look. Oh, I did not want that to go through. I don't know if you hear that little chime or not. We're just going to pretend that you didn't. Alright, so I'm in where... So my buddy, he left the team. It is what it is. We still have 5 players to get. You know what? I really don't care. It is what it is. I unfortunately did pay right on the spot and early. I'll take whatever it takes. If she sends the money back, we send the money back. I got 1 paid league under the belt. But, alright. So enough of the sports. Now it's time to the nitty-gritty talk. So, I left off last week talking about the surgery, and I think I was on time with doing it on Tuesday and having it coming out on Wednesday, which means the last thing you knew is I need to get cleared by the cardiologist for surgery on a Friday. So, we're going to go back to last week, and we're going to talk about that appointment at the cardiologist. Walked in, he's just like, yeah, you're good. Long story short, the wavelengths were kind of nothing. It's just sometimes they just happen. It's no rhyme or reason. It's just one of those things that sometimes it happens. He said he sees this stuff all the time. He said he took one glance at my chart, and he said there wasn't even a lick of hesitation of, let's look into this further. I mean, he did obviously look at it again, but he said the decision was very quick. I'm totally fine to get surgery. So, that was at, I believe it was like at 9:30 a.m. Got out about 10:30. And, made the phone calls that I needed of, hey, I'm clear, hey, I'm clear, hey, I'm clear. And everyone's like, alright, cool. So, went to a store called Myers in the area. It's kind of like Walmart. They sell everything. And got my Gatorade and my Miralax for the colonoscopy that I'll be having, as well as the hernia surgeries. So I was ready to get that going when I got to the hotel. I could start taking that stuff to clear the pipes out. So I get done getting that stuff. I'm just getting home. It's almost noon at this point. I get a call. That surgery has been canceled due to a particular ailment. And I was just like, we talked about this. And I was like, okay, whatever. It's canceled. So once again, I get on the bandwagon. I call all the people that I need to call. It's canceled, it's canceled, it's canceled, it's canceled. Okay, work, I'm going to be there tomorrow. It's canceled, boom. About 2.5 hours later, I get the call from the people that canceled it. And they're like, oh, we messed up on how we told you that it was canceled earlier. Don't worry, it's still canceled, but hold on a sec. Let me open up this beer, this beverage, to clear the throat. Oh man, that was a hard can. It's actually Sapporo, it's a Japanese beer. I saw this at the store the other day, and I was like, oh, it's been a while. Okay. So good. Oh, man. So, anyhow, I get the call. The reason why it's canceled is because my primary care doctor does not work on Thursdays. I'm like, this is a crock of shit. A crock of bullshit. So, I went through Friday. I was just so beyond myself that I was just like, you know what? Someone calls, no one calls. And I just kind of let it go. No one called me. So, we make it back to yesterday, Monday. Finally, I'm like, okay, I'm going to call someone at 11:30 noon. We'll see if I get a call. No calls. So I finally go out, start making my phone calls. Call the first place. They're like, oh yeah, you were actually on the list to call today. So we got this. So we're scheduling a date. So I've got a new date. Because now that they have the proper paperwork in from my primary care doctor that did sign off on the cardiologist, along with the cardiologist signing off. The new date is September 8th. So we got one more clean podcast. Really shouldn't affect it because it's pretty easy to sit here and have a good little chat into the colored microphone of the HyperX Quad S. So anyhow, so I got a new date, September 8th. The happy thing is I am glad I still get to watch football the night before. I will be, quote unquote, shitting my brains out, but I'll be able to watch my football. And that, to me, folks, is important going into fall. A lot of things going into fall that I need to do. I need to plan another fall color tour route. I have what I like to do, but I need to find something new. Obviously, I got plenty of time for that. Sleeves typically don't start changing until the middle of November. And then you got to work around the rain, work around the schedule. It can be a little difficult, but it's not the end of the world. But I definitely need to roll again and focus on some of my photography, especially with the fall photography stuff. I might focus at a few parks and places around here in the Grand Rapids area. And we'll go from there. Yeah. Alright, so we've got done with the surgery. We talked about some sports. Let me check these off. It is story time. But before we get to story time, remember you can follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, at thatexcitingdude.com. I did put my Instagram in here, but it doesn't say That Exciting Dude. So we're going to cross that one out there, Teddy boy, since I don't have one. I do have Twitter, but I don't do the tweets. I don't do the chirp, chirp, chirp tweets. I don't even remember. I've had Twitter for a long time, but I just don't get into the tweeting. It's like I've got Facebook. And Facebook, all I have is my business. Which, talking about business, it is that I do have my Instagram, and that is Leading Edge Photography. You can go to my website, leadingedgephotography.com. Check it out. Alright. So what are we going to talk about for the rest? I did not write anything down. Actually, I lied. I did write something down. I wrote story dash dot question mark upside down question mark dot question mark. because I was hoping to come up with something between then. In the meantime, let's hydrate. I don't know if I told you, but the Sapporo beer is Japanese. It is delicious. Sapporo premium beer. The condensation just rolling off of the can because of how cold I had it. What else does it say about this? Let's see, what else does it say about this? Yeah, it doesn't say much in the can. It's just so good. So good. It reminds me of, well, Chinese beer, the Asahi. Beer is just one of those international things that just bring you together. I mean, you think about back in the day, people get together and all they did was drink wine or beer or alcohol. Well, that is alcohol. Hard alcohol, I mean. Dumbass. And yeah, it's a bonder. It's a glue. It bonds people. So many things have happened because of alcohol. Here's a fun fact. In Michigan, looking at the very north of Michigan, there's a bridge that goes from the Glove to the top. It is called the Mackinac Bridge. Well, at that bridge, you go all the way east. And you notice there's an island called Drummond Island. And there's kind of like a weird... You look at how the international line goes, and it's like this perfect little... I guess lines, you could say. Then all of a sudden, the one line from the north, reaches Drummond. Another line from the southeast. So north, coming down to the northwest, coming up from the southeast. They hit Drummond Island, and then all of a sudden it's like kind of like a bruised bump. Like, if you hit your head really, you get a little wallop, and it kind of bruises out. As I almost hit the mic. I think I did, actually. Anyhow, it's like a little circle that goes around Drummond Island to keep it in the United States. When the United States was negotiating land for Michigan, they were all drunk, and the representative from the U.S. basically drew after the finalizations. We're done. Sorry about that. I was trying not to totally belch into the mic, but still, do the fun, releasing some gases through the mouth. Anyhow, back to the story. So basically, the long story short is, because of drunkenness, Drummond Island was part of the U.S., where it should still be Canada's. Darn Canucks. See, we got them drunk, we got them playing hockey, and then we're like, hey, let's just draw this map. Boop, boop. That's supposedly the story. I have not looked into it. I don't claim to be a factoid person. I don't claim that it's 100% correct. But everyone talked about it on the island, like that. So, it's got to be a little truth to it. Even if it's a little far-fetched, it's got to be close. Good beer. Alright. Well, that shaved a few minutes. I want to shave a couple more minutes. What's a good story we could talk about? What do you want me to talk about? I know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a good little drunken Navy story, since we're talking about beer. There's many of them, but we're going to talk about a particular one. So, here's the scenario. Pulling into Hong Kong. No, it was the second cruise I was on. Yeah, it was the second cruise I was on. Okay, so pulling into Hong Kong. I'm with two chiefs. We get off the ship, and the first person, we'll just say Chief A, he's like, hey, you are going to be our sticker bitch. What I mean by that is he had a bunch of stickers of our squadron that we were in, and I was going to tag all the bars as we hit all the bars. I was like, cool. He's like, I'll pay for all the drinks. I figure that's a pretty good idea. You pay for the drinks. We have a good time. I slap a sticker on the bar. What could go wrong? I'll tell you what went wrong. This is what went wrong. First bar, boom, good to go. Second bar, boom, good to go. Then we finally ate some food. We were on the Kowloon side, going down a particular street that I don't know the name of it, but it's like known for all its bars. So, I remember there was one bar that we really did like. So we stayed there for a few drinks, where before it was like go in, have a drink, see who was there, if we knew anyone from the ship, or even the battle group, because there was other ships that pulled in as well. You know, then we'd move on. Well, I remember this one particular, it was an Australian themed bar. We stuck there, I know that. And this is probably like the 6th bar in. So, you know, we're 6 beers deep. We did have a meal in there. But we had like probably 4 or 5 beers at this place. And then I don't remember much. I don't remember getting back on the ship. I mean, obviously I didn't get in trouble because I woke up perfectly fine. But yeah, it was a good time. But I mean, just the amount of people, just the lights in Hong Kong. It was amazing. I have some pictures somewhere, but most of them got destroyed when a storage unit got flooded with all my pictures. So a lot of it is unfortunately memories in the memory bank. But yeah, they're good memories. A lot of drunken ones, unfortunately, but you know, it comes with the territory of being in the military during my time. I don't know how it is now. But I remember, yeah, we were in Hong Kong for a few days, and like I said, I remember the next day, I think one of those chiefs, Chief B it was, because like I said, there's 2 chiefs. He took me around Hong Kong and really showed me the city and a lot of the sites, the free areas, and I remember we walked that beer off the next day. Like I think we walked like 12 miles, like 20 kilometers, something like that. We walked a good ways. Like I said, we definitely earned that beer from the night before or the previous day. Like I said, we were in there for a couple of days, so it could have been like first day I got out, had a duty day, and then what I mean by that is a working day, so I had to stay on the ship and either do a watch or do whatever. So yeah. I feel like there's a little more to that story, but when you got drunk and you don't remember much, all I know is that I didn't get pissed on in my wreck, so that was a good thing. That's about all I can say. That's about all I remember. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know if I told you already, but this Sapporo beer is awesome. Alrighty. Well, I'm not going to try and tag some more time on. 25 minutes is good enough for me. Keep this short, sweet, little story action. Got a little bit of the foosball in, a little bit of what's going on. and a quick shorty story in of the Navy. So like I said before, TikTok, That Exciting Dude, YouTube, That Exciting Dude, Twitch, That Exciting Dude. I think the only one that I haven't switched to my gaming tag is TikTok. I think that's still just, I don't remember what it says, and I know my sound is on, so I don't know how loud it is. Otherwise, I would quickly see what the TikTok says. I mean, obviously there's That Exciting Dude, but I forget what picture is on there. I think it's a picture of my mug, to be honest with you. But, so yeah, comment, follow, share, like, all that fun stuff between all the social platforms. As far as the podcast, think you can heart it. Maybe you can thumbs up it in Spotify. I forget. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the background music because we are going to conclude today's session. This is That Exciting Dude with stories, lies, and shenanigans. And see you next week. For those that are wondering, this is not a paid sponsored by Sapporo. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.